Some secrets aren't lost to time. They're buried on purpose. For centuries, the official records spoke nothing of the year 1624, as if that year never existed. No wars, no births, no deaths, just silence. But in AD 91, a British archivist named Edward Cole stumbled upon a single sheet of parchment in the basement of an abandoned monastery in northern France. It was badly burned, half the text unreadable, but the words that remained sent chills down his spine. We failed to contain it. God forgive us. Seal the door. Burn the records. And never speak of the whispering chamber again. Cole became obsessed. He searched every archive in Europe, bribed curators, even stole restricted documents. Piece by piece, he began to reconstruct the story. A story that someone, somewhere, had gone to unimaginable lengths to erase. It began in a remote French village, during the winter of 1624. The villagers spoke of a voice that came from beneath the old church at night. At first, it whispered in Latin, then in French, then in the voices of the villagers themselves. Those who heard it grew pale, sleepless, paranoid, and eventually violent. The local priest begged the bishop to send help. A group of church inquisitors arrived, not to save the villagers, but to contain the threat. Witnesses claimed they descended into the catacombs under the church, carrying iron chains and holy relics. Only 2 of the 12 men returned, their hair white, their eyes hollow. They spoke of a stone chamber deep underground, its walls covered in writing older than Rome, older than Christ. In the center of the chamber was a perfectly smooth black door, and from behind it came the voice. The surviving inquisitors swore it wasn't human. It knew their names, their thoughts, their fears. It promised power, knowledge, immortality, for a price. The door had no hinges, no handle, yet it pulsed as if something behind it was alive and breathing. Fearing the door could not be destroyed, the church sealed it in layers of stone and iron, flooded the chamber, and burned all records of Saint Mireille from the archives. The village itself was razed, its survivors relocated under false names. They called it the cleansing. Cole's research became dangerous. He noticed strangers following him through London. His letters went missing. Then, one night in 1893, he vanished. His apartment was found ransacked. Papers burned, drawers emptied. The only thing left behind was a small iron key on his desk, wrapped in parchment. The parchment bore the same phrase from the monastery record. Seal the door. Burn the records. Never speak of the whispering chamber again. But here's the part the history books never got. In 1972, during renovations in the outskirts of Marseille, workers broke into an underground passage that led to a waterlogged stone chamber. The walls were covered in the same writing described by the inquisitors. At the center, a massive black door. The workers swore they heard voices calling to them. Most left immediately, but one man, Jean Roche, stayed behind. They found him 2 days later, kneeling before the door, smiling, whispering in a language no one could understand. The site was quietly sealed again by authorities, and Jean was taken to a psychiatric facility. His medical file, leaked years later, revealed the last words he ever spoke before his mind broke entirely. It's not behind the door. The door is to keep us out. The chamber still exists. The door is still there. And if the whispers are true, someone, somewhere, is planning to open it again.